Yeah.
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 We are here. Yeah.
We are here. We are here. What is going on, gentlemen? What is going on? I hope y'all had a wonderful week so far. Dutch Mantell, Dirty
Hey,
Dutch
man.
Mantell. And we have
Brother, I got on here and he's telling me all kind of stuff, and I got on here late. So I just swapped over. I just swapped over to my phone real quick.
nice.
Well, we're glad you're here.
By I guess the grace of God, I got in on at least you can see me.
Yes.
So
yes.
can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
We can hear
How
you
long
and
did
see you, and there's no
how
echo
long-
either.
How long did it take you to grow that beard, Dutch? And how long does it take
First
you
of all-
every day to groom it?
Bill, you need to get your definitions correct. It's not a beard. It's a
Mustache?
big mustache.
Mustache.
No, this has taken me. Oh, I've had it forever. I mean, I had a beard back in, and the beard came because of I lost a loser. I lost a hair match when I was in the business for about, I don't know, a year, and I was already in a hair match, and I lost it, and they give me a big payoff of, I think it was either $100 or $300.
Wow. 300 was like $1 million today.
Yeah, $300. My rent was $150,
Yeah.
and that was with everything. I mean, that was with power and electricity and water and everything.
Yeah.
So but I can't remember what I made. It's either $100 or $300. I don't know why I'm stuck on those numbers. So I'm walking around with a bald head, which didn't look right. And I said, well, I need to kind of cover that up. And I started growing the beard. And then later on, after about a year, the mustache, I got to playing around with it, and that's how it came into existence.
Well, you know what? I have a friend who had a beard similar to yours.
Now, that was I don't like that. I don't like that setup.
Oh, that's not why I asked. I had this
Okay.
sitting on my lap.
All right.
So that wasn't a setup, but I just looked down and there's the beard. He was down in your territory, so I still can't believe he's gone. It's still very
No, I can't either.
hard to fathom.
It was crazy. It
Mhm.
really is. And so when is well, since we're talking about that, when is the funeral? They haven't really. I'm
Haven't
down here in
heard
Tampa,
anything yet. Haven't heard
and they
anything
haven't
yet.
told anybody. I
I
don't
think they
think.
need to get past SummerSlam before any of this happens because all the people
So
who
SummerSlam is Saturday.
Saturday
Saturday
and
and Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, because I think that all the people that need to be there and want to be there are all tied up over the period of that SummerSlam weekend.
Well,
Wow.
it's,
Bill, you
it's going
have
to be. I think it's going to be. It's going to be. I think you have to be on a list, invitation only, because they can't open that up to the public.
No, no.
They would be covered up for
yeah,
like a day and a half.
yeah,
They couldn't even clear the traffic from it
They've
right.
because
been
you know
people have been
everybody would like to be there.
people have been hanging out of Hogan's Beach Shop in Florida. I know a lot.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be invitation only. Yeah, because it's if it wasn't, it'll just be a mess. As
So
far as the people.
so SummerSlam when is coming up?
SummerSlam Saturday and
SummerSlam,
Sunday.
and it's a 2-day affair, right?
First
Saturday and
ever.
Sunday.
So
Yeah.
he would that would make him lay there 10 days
Yeah,
almost, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Passed
He
on
died
Thursday.
on a Thursday morning, last Thursday morning.
Yeah,
We're going on a week right now.
yeah.
Yeah,
True.
it's going to be 10 days anyway.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I can see that everybody has to get through SummerSlam, get cleared. Where is Raw coming from Monday?
I don't know.
I don't know. I imagine somewhere near New Jersey since SummerSlam's in New Jersey. So
I know Friday night SmackDown is in New Jersey at the Barclays Center. So Dr.
Hmm.
Chris, you doing a lookup?
I am looking up where Raw is on the 29th. Oh no, I mean not the 29th, but was it the August
August 4th.
the 4th? August the 4th. Okay. It is in Brooklyn.
Oh, so
Brooklyn, New York.
yeah, yeah.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's where you live, right, Bill?
No, no, no. I've been in Pennsylvania for
Philly guy.
35 years now.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right,
No, Napolitano lived in Brooklyn. I grew up in Queens.
okay.
Everybody messes.
Yeah.
Hey, Dutch, when Hogan spent so much of his young career down where you were in Memphis, what was your first meeting like him with?
The first
First,
one.
your first time you interacted with him. Did you talk
I
to
was
him?
trying to put that together today. I think it was 76 or 77. And the reason that I remember 76 because that was the country's 200th anniversary, I think. Now, coming up next year is the 250th, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, it was the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. becoming a country. And he just showed up one day and I got to talking to him and they have some pretty long trips in Florida. So he was going to Jacksonville and he asked me would I like to ride with him. So I said, yeah. You know me, I hate to drive anyway.
Was he Hulk Hogan at that point, or
Yes.
was he still Terry
No, he was
Boulder?
Terry Boulder, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Terry
Terry
Boulder.
the Hulk Boulder. Yeah.
Right, right.
And so of course and he's a
Wasn't
good talker.
Brutus Dizzy Boulder?
Yep. Dizzy Hogan.
Yeah. Yeah, Dizzy Hogan. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Dizzy Hogan.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
he was they were the Boulder brothers.
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. Interesting.
And the next day was Jacksonville, and I guess he enjoyed the trip with me. So he said, "Hey, you want to get together tomorrow?" I said, "Well, yeah." And I was waiting for I'll drive. That makes it even better.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't mind paying the trans. I just didn't want to drive.
Mm.
So, and you ride and just listen to Hulk. He was a big talker back then. And when he wanted to know something, he would ask something and I'd explain it to him, and very, very friendly and very respectful.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed him back then. So, and he was learning a little bit as it goes. I would watch his match. Then he'd come back and he'd say, on the way back, how was the match? And I would kind of, because I wasn't a seasoned hand by that time. I was just watching him and telling him, well, I think this and I think that. And he was, I think he was 270 then.
Mm.
How tall is he? 6'5"?
Something like that.
6'6". Well, and that's
In
how he
wrestling,
learned.
in wrestling terms, he used to be billed as 6'9".
Right. Right.
Back in wrestling terms,
Well,
6'9", 303 pounds. Terry
brother.
Hogan.
I was watching a replay tonight as I was channel turning during dinner of the Princess Bride, and they billed Andre as 7'1", and he looked a lot taller than a lot of the actors, but a lot of them didn't make him look over 7 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So what was Bill, let me ask you this. What was your first thought when you got up Thursday morning and read that?
I talked to Jimmy Hart Wednesday night, and Jimmy said, baby, he's doing fine. He's sitting up, he's eating dinner, and he's getting better. He doesn't, he's not walking around talking to everybody. He's staying home. And then I got a text from Herb Simmons from Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling.
I know him.
About 10 o'clock in the morning, is Hogan dead? And I was like, what? That's just impossible. So I called some people around. I was looking on the internet, and I saw that there was something up, maybe from Bischoff or somebody important who knew him well, and I still couldn't fathom it. I still couldn't believe it. It was like, I thought it was clickbait. It was fake, something like that. And I was hoping that was true. And wow, just I have a recording on my phone when I talked to him in January of this year, and it's on my cell phone here, with him just saying, "Hey, Bill Apter, is Hulk Hogan. I'm sick as a dog right now, but I'm just trying to get a hold of you. Love you, brother." That's it. And I'm keeping that. We always stay friends, even in the days when McMahon Jr. didn't want us talking to each other. So, yeah. But that's when I found out that.
Well, what did you think, Doctor?
To be honest with you, it's definitely one of the most sobering days in the history of pro wrestling. I'd even argue one of the darkest days in professional wrestling, as far as just the presence of Hulk Hogan, the impact of Hulk Hogan. I was talking about this in Vince and I's show. Of course, say what you want about Hulk Hogan. One of my all-time favorite sitcom. I became a doctor because I was inspired by watching the Cosby Show in the 80s as a kid. And I grew up in a very poor neighborhood. I grew up in a very impoverished neighborhood. And a lot of people in my neighborhood they just were they were just making ends meet to get by. And that was the life that I was used to growing up. And I remember the 80s watching the Cosby Show, because the portrayal of Black America in a lot of the sitcoms was like Good Times, Benson, who's a butler. Good Times, they're just barely making it. Jefferson's is you're moving on up, in a deluxe apartment in the sky. It's like, okay, well, there's some type of ascension, to a higher socioeconomic status, but not too much. And so, a lot of Black America was portrayed as just barely making it or being happy of making it to a kind of middle class, lower middle class. But there was something about the Cosby Show that I was so inspired by. You had a doctor as the husband, you had a lawyer as the wife, and they were raising 5 kids who were just growing up and just being kids. And so, living in a poor neighborhood, living in a high risk neighborhood at the time, it was very inspiring to me to watch the Cosby Show growing up. And I said, you know what? What I'm seeing and what I'm living, and then all the things that I see on television, something about this was different. And I said, I want to be a doctor because I'm inspired by this, because I'm very, for the first time, I'm seeing that me as a Black man can be a doctor. Like that wasn't something that was really, I could really fathom in my head. And I am a doctor now. And so, I was inspired by that. And of course, Bill Cosby became just a despicable human being, as far as the things that he did too. But at the same time, Cliff Huxtable was and is still an inspiration to me.
Sure. You
Terry
separated the character from the
Terry Bollea did what he did, and it's very unfortunate. And it's and it's something that you can't take away. But Hulk Hogan is still an inspiration to me. It's very similar when it comes to Cliff Huxtable and Hulk Hogan. And that's how I feel. That was my take on Hulk Hogan, and he will definitely have the biggest presence to me in all of professional wrestling. And he was an inspiration to me growing up. So that's my take.
Somebody asked me when we were doing the time machine earlier tonight with Teddy Long and Jerry Briscoe and Mac Davis.
Hey guys, hang on a second. I got to get my other cord. This thing is going dead on me. I'll be right back.
All right. See you soon, man.
But somebody asked me, will there ever be another Hulk Hogan? And I said, back in the day, the WWF, anytime you would ask a casual person about pro wrestling, they'd say Hulk Hogan, they'd say Bret Hart, they'd say Shawn Michaels, they'd say Andre the Giant. But today, the difference is it's the brand, and there's not one person like a Hogan that you could actually just say that guy is the type of person Hogan was in WWF. It's a different era. It's a different time, and there can never be another character like Hulk Hogan, because at least right now, I haven't seen anyone that has the dynamic that Hulk Hogan had.
I agree. There's everybody. Yes, there were people who laid the ground for Hulk Hogan. The superstar Billy Grahams, is the Nature Boy Buddy Rogers.
Well, wait, Dr. Chris. I hate to interrupt you on this one, but Hogan always said it was Austin Idol.
Austin Idol's another one, yeah. As far as the Austin Idol and Billy Graham are people that he, that he was inspired by, But as far as just people who paved the way, as far as just like legends before Hogan, like Buddy Rogers, of course, you have the superstar Billy Grahams, and there are people who paved the way as far as causing the industry and raising the bar when it comes to, wrestling, old school armory or circus tent wrestling versus that next level. Your Buddy Rogers, your even Sheik, even the Sheik when it comes to Detroit territory, you have those people who raise the bar to the next level as far as popularity. That paved the way for Hogan. But absolutely, Hogan transcended the business when it comes to pop culture. Absolutely, Hulk Hogan was the person who spearheaded that
Oh
from
yeah.
an MTV rock and wrestling perspective, bringing the influence over to pop culture from just a niche type of wrestling
Yeah.
product.
Yeah.
Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan was the guy, man. You know,
But he could
and no
not
one can
have
argue
done
that.
it without his tag team partner, the marketing person behind it all, and that was Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon, absolutely,
Absolutely. The
100%.
two of
Yeah.
them were a brilliant team of the talent and the marketing machine.
Yep.
It, it,
Yep.
it just
Agreed.
it clicked.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
we don't have a lot more time, so I want to, since we're unscripted, I watched the first episode on Netflix. Welcome back, Dutch. I watched the first episode of Netflix tonight of WWE Unreal, and it reminded me of something I've said for a long time, that unless you move on with what the business has become, you, you're not going to be able to stay in the business. The
Hold on,
first,
real quick. I'm gonna do a little quick insert in that.
go ahead.
If you have questions, be sure to hit that super chat, and we'll answer them. Someone did mention something. So you say you can't compare Hulk Hogan with Bill Cosby. That's my point. Like Hulk Hogan is a character. Bill Cosby is a person. So you're right. I can't compare Hulk Hogan with Bill Cosby. People mentioned Bill Cosby drugging women versus Belea's racial slurs. I'm not trying to make an apples to apples comparison. I'm trying to talk about people who are infamous for things they did that will go into the annals of history for those really despicable things that they did. Yes, they did do that, but their characters outside of their person, are the inspiring factors. And so I just want to make clarity
Well,
with
when
that.
we're talking about the WWE show that I was just talking about,
Dutch, do you have earpieces? Because we can hear
No, I don't.
the echo again.
I got them, but I thought it would come through my. It would come through my. I might have
Gotcha.
to do a little work on this,
no, it
but I.
sounds good now. It sounds fine now.
Yeah, it's still the
Okay,
echo.
it's still
Yeah.
there.
You
But
got the echo now.
Yeah, the sweet the bad echo.
I,
Can you turn your
I, I
phone
don't,
down
don't,
just a little
don't,
bit?
don't hear it, hear it, hear it, hear it, hear it. But anyway,
Can you
uh,
turn it? Can you turn your phone down a little bit, Dutch?
I can hardly hear it now.
Okay, gotcha. Check, check,
There we
check,
go.
check, check, check. That's better. That's
so
much
getting
better.
back to WWE Unreal, where they pull the curtain back, so to say, I got through one episode tonight that reminded me that the wrestling business that was is
Mhm.
no longer the wrestling business that is. It's very clear
I'm
that
gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna mute you again, Dutch, until it's time to talk.
it's very clear that they it's an old Vince McMahon line that they don't want to insult um, uh, people's minds at all by telling them it's all real. And this show pulled back the curtain quite a bit. It showed the camaraderie between the whole team, from the talent to the writers to the people in the gorilla position. It's like going to a Broadway show and you see a documentary about the whole thing happening. And I thought it was going to bother me because I'm old school in a new school world, and I've been in the gorilla position and all these other situations. And I said, the current wrestling fan, a novice, if he's watching this, isn't going, oh, that's all fake. He's going, probably, that's interesting how they work the camera angles, how the talent uh, knows where to stand, how the referees are clued in. I thought it was going to bother me, and it didn't. I know Dutch doesn't have Netflix, so he probably didn't see this, but you did. What was your take on it?
Yeah, I watched most of it. I do think that first of all, I mean, Netflix, WWE, two of the best production companies in the world. I mean, like you can't. There's no doubt to that. I mean, the production is incredible, and the production was incredible, and this too, as I imagined it was going to be, because it's just top of the line for sure. I'm the jury's still out for me on that, because I watched it. I'm like, okay, who's the audience here? And so that's what I was thinking in my head. Like, who's the audience? Is the audience someone who's not in the wrestling business to pull them in? And to me, if that's the audience, that really wouldn't work, because the very fact that it is kayfabe, like casual fans like wrestling because of the kayfabe factor. It brings them, it's the large and alive characters. It gives them an opportunity to tap into their inner child again. That's the allure of pro wrestling, and that always will be the allure of pro wrestling. And so that wouldn't be, the crowd, the audience wouldn't be people who are away from the WWE who are going to be pulled back in. That wouldn't be the case. No. So then the audience is the current, base. If the audience is the current base, why do we need to, like, why is this necessary? And I don't find it necessary. A lot of people, even the hardcore fans, weren't big fans of, finding out the inner workings of pro wrestling. To me, all I take from this is Netflix wanted another series.
Yes,
Netflix wanted to partner with WWE. Yeah. WWE said, sure, we'll throw something together for you, and we'll give you 5 episodes of behind the scenes. I mean, that's basically what I
agree. It's today's fan knows about it because they watch Raw and they watch SmackDown and NXT. So they know that this is coming. The casual fan, when they're going through Netflix looking through movies, might stop at it and say, oh, what's this all about? And casually watch it. But the one episode I saw didn't hurt anything. It took you backstage if you've never been backstage. And next week, I'll let you know more after I finish the entire 5 episodes, whether it bothered an old school guy like me or not.
Dutch, I'll let you close out as far as just even if you didn't watch it, it's fine. You understand the concept of what they've been plugging when it comes to Unreal, having the backstage. In your opinion, Dutch, who's the audience in this? Let me take you behind the scenes. Let me give you the real names of these wrestlers, and then give you, like, what they did in the Netflix series. They gave you the actual real name, like Demi Bennett, for Rhea Ripley, and then they put Rhea Ripley as her stage name. Why do we need to know that, Dutch? What's the point?
Well, I think they need content for it, and then some other people are going to look at it and say, well, that's gonna kill the business. I got news for them. We've tried for 60 years to kill this business. I've actually gone to towns that didn't draw, but they would send me there every week. I'd go there like 3 or 4 weeks in a row, and we would do stuff in the town. It just wasn't a wrestling town. And I would go out there and on purpose just do stupid stuff, thinking, I actually would talk to an audience one night. There was nobody in the whole section. I said, buddy, if you stand up, and I was talking to nobody, it's just empty seats. You stand up, I'm going to come out there and beat the crap out of you. And people said, well, who is he talking to? Still didn't kill the town. I couldn't kill it. This is another story. I went to this town. I hated to go in. And I said, oh, damn it. Excuse my language. I says, I'm going to kill this town. Last thing I do, I went out there, put all the baby faces over, and left with a little bit of heat so Carlos wouldn't catch on to what I was doing. And we come back the next week, same deal. And the house was up a little bit. I said, wait a minute. Why is this house up? I couldn't figure out why it was up. I didn't really do nothing. And TVs were good, but for the town, no. I did the same thing, put all the baby faces over, and at the end, I worked the big smiles.
But see, the
Come
whole
back
thing
the
is
third
now,
week, it was up again. It was almost double. I mean, we didn't have, say we had 150 people coming. By the third week, we had 300 people coming on a Sunday afternoon. Carlos looked at me one day. He said, "What are you doing in that town?" He says, "You've doubled the attendance." And I didn't
right?
have the nerve to tell him, "Well, I've been trying to kill that town. It just won't die. There must be some stupid people that live in that town because they're not getting it."
Mm.
But
The whole thing
any
right now is that it's so different because it's a different business. It's a TV show. That's what it is now. There are
Yeah.
no more spot shows. Spot shows are now replaced with major shows in other countries that they're going to
Yeah.
now. The wrestlers are, they've got to be exhausted. I mean, they're going all over the world, but it's all about TV. They always plug. We've got 15,000. Here's my main question: if Vince McMahon was still in power, would he have agreed to do this show? My feeling is absolutely. If they offered him the money, he would have gone for it. What do you two think?
No, I don't think you. I
I
don't
think.
think you would have done it
Mm.
because
Chris?
that goes against
Yeah, I know, but
every
this
fiber body.
Hmm.
Dr. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that it seems like Vince still had power, but was losing the grip. Like he wasn't like purposely losing, or he wasn't like losing the grip because he was just like shifting away from power. It seems like he was giving the reins more to people other than him, like a Triple H.
Yeah,
Although I
but
heard that there was
if
some
he was the
clashing between
decision
the two.
maker at this at the point where the deal with Netflix was there, TKO is not involved. Netflix says we want this 5 episode series and pull the curtain back, and we'll give you $5 million for it. He's not going to say no.
No, I don't think he's going to say no, but I do think there's going to be some reluctance there, though, for sure. Yeah, Dutch, I'll let you take us home. We got one super chat and we got to roll.
Okay, you're talking about what's the name of that show? Unreal.
Hmm.
Well, I heard the ratings were so bad for it. They finally busted Undertaker out, and I think what's the guy's name? Trick in NXT.
Oh, for NXT, yeah.
Well, and they brought the Undertaker out and announced it on TV that he's going to make an appearance on it. And how many shows is it? 5, 6?
5.
So, and like you say, I don't see the reason other than it's a TV show.
Hmm.
Right, that's it. The NXT is a different product from Unreal. So the Undertaker and Trick Williams had nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Do you watch the NXT show?
Periodically,
You watch it, Chris?
Hmm. No.
I've never watched
I hear. I follow it through like socials and clips and stuff like
it.
no,
that.
I watch it every few weeks to catch up on it.
Mhm. Yeah. All right, let's get to super chat. We got Rollin 999.
Roland,
One difference is that Bill Cosby's acts were against a particular people, but words can actually attack an entire group. Plus, Cosby's acts were dated in the 1990s. Hogan fired Essence Janae last year. Yeah, I mean, I think it's not even worth comparing. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think it's even worth comparing. I mean, even both actions were deplorable. They were despicable. There were multiple women that came up, and speaking of an entire group, I mean, there were many women who were defending, the things that defending the women, that Bill Cosby did what he did too. So, I mean, someone robbed the bank, someone, beat their wife. I mean, they both are going to jail. You know what I mean? So yeah, they're not comparing the two. They're not the same, but they're both, uh, they're both criminal. So
Dr.
both were
Chris, I
both.
have an interview done in the late '60s on YouTube with Bill Cosby, the comedian, before any of
Mhm.
this allegedly happened. So if you people want to hear a nice funny, warm interview with Cosby in the days before all this steamrolled over him. Check it out on YouTube.
Yeah. All right, let's do some plugs. Always a fun show. Dutch Mantell, where can they find you, my man?
Well, you can find me on YouTube on my podcast, Storytime with Dutch, and it drops on Friday. And we do it sometime during the week, sometimes on Tuesday and Wednesday. And the thing about it, the thing with Hogan happened, and we'd already done the show.
Oh,
So
okay.
we got to go almost a week. And by the time we get to it, it's almost 10 days old. But you
Mhm.
can find me on YouTube, the Storytime of Dutch, and of course here. And what is this, Chris?
This is unscripted sports
So,
Twitter. Yeah,
well, if they're here, they know how to find us. So,
that's right.
but this week has been one of the most not stressful but trying weeks
Yeah,
that I can remember in the wrestling business.
yeah.
Uh, you had Hulk pass away, and I mean that really made me sad
Mhm.
because I was hearing that he was not doing too well, but he wasn't doing really bad.
Yeah.
And then Bubba, like you said, came out and said he's close to death, and I said I don't believe that he's. But
I got a
where was
text.
Bubba getting his information?
I mean, he was close to him, so I know. I'm sure he knows people. I
They
got a
were
text.
enemies, though, the last few years.
Yeah, but they're still. I'm sure he still knew some people. I got a text last Wednesday, or what it may have been Tuesday. I got it was it was close. Oh yeah, it was July 23rd. Hogan's voice is very weak. That's what I got on July 23rd. So he was not doing well. I think that was last Wednesday. So yeah, I got a text the day before at about 1 o'clock saying that he wasn't doing well. So I didn't make it a big, you know, uh, uh, wrestling report thing. I didn't say anything about it. Just he's in my prayers, and I was hoping the best for him. And unfortunately, he didn't make it. But hey, 71, just amazing legacy, and just an incredible figure in the business. So,
You will
uh,
miss
but
him.
go ahead, Dutch.
No, amazing legacy that he left
Yeah,
because all over the globe, all over the world, I think when you showed a photo or an image of Hulk Hogan, people knew who he was, and he was
absolutely.
he was that big a
You know
star.
what? Hulk
And I
Hogan
think
could.
the people they loved Hulk. I think he made them feel good. And of course, you got your naysayers. Oh, he did this and he did that. Who hasn't done some bad stuff or said some stupid stuff
Yep,
along the way?
yep.
And
Uh,
hopefully, I think if somebody dies, let's remember them for the good that they did.
That's right.
mhm.
He
That's
did
right.
good for charity. He did great for kids, and I think. And you've met him, Bill. You ever meet him, Doctor?
Never met him.
You think you've known him all your life,
Mm.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he acts like he's known you all his life.
When you
I don't
talk
think he's
about
ever. I don't think he's met a stranger ever.
when you talk about everyone in the globe knowing who he was and is, Hulk Hogan could be standing with the Pope, and people will ask, "Who's the guy with Hogan?"
There you
That's how
go.
well he
Very,
was known.
very nice. Very nice. Let them know where to find you, Bill, other than your sketch comedy
Oh
that you
well, I
that you
will.
do.
I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the Gathering. Go to Timar Promotions on Facebook. I'll be doing my one-man show full of music, contests, pro wrestling stuff. And then on Friday is the huge banquet at the Gathering. Ken Resnick and I are hosting the banquet. So hope to see you all in Charlotte. But you know what? I want to end this with one thing.
Okay, go for it.
Are you ready? What you
Yeah.
gonna do when the memory of Hulk Hogan runs all over you?
Wonderful. I haven't plugged my stuff yet, so I was going to do that before we left. All right, go pancakes and power slams. I'm about to go over to there. I'm going to talk about. I'm going to do a reaction video on a sports writer, a popular sports writer. Who hasn't watched wrestling in a long time, in like 30 years, over 30 years, knows about wrestling. He's a very popular sports writer. He had some interesting comments to say about Hulk Hogan, even questioning the legitimacy of his legacy, and even saying, he's a bit overrated, describing how bit overrated he is. So I'm going to talk about that on Pancakes and Power Slams, and we're going to have some fun. All right, we got Bill Apter, we got Dutch Mantell. I am Dr. Chris Featherstone. This is Unscripted. Have a good night, everybody. So long, brother.